What's going on, guys? Super Insane 18 here, and you killed it with our first ever like goal. You got the Branded Predaplant deck profile up to 100 likes, so as promised, here is going to be the fully dedicated combo tutorial. Now, I did take a little bit longer just because I was having a little bit of camera trouble yesterday and I needed to make sure I got the sprite video out, but we got that counter trouble sorted out, so let's go ahead and show you guys the combos. Alright, so combo number 1 is going to be a recap of the combo that I ended the deck profile with, just because it is important to make sure that you guys know this one, and as just a little bit of a failsafe for people that didn't see the deck profile. So if you didn't see the deck profile and you want to know the basic combo, here it is. It's going to be a 2-card combo with Preda Practice, and then the monster is actually interchangeable between either Biblisp, Chlamydo Sundew, or Scorpio. So let me go ahead and show you guys what it is. We're going to start things off by activating the Preda Practice and summoning the monster from our hand. Now here we are going to search for the Chlamydo Sundew. Now, it does change slightly. If you open the Chlamydo Sundew, you do it in reverse. You summon the Chlamydo Sundew and search the Biblisp. Or if you get the Scorpio, what you're going to do is you're going to summon the Scorpio and then search the Biblisp. That way you can discard the Biblisp for the effect of the Scorpio and use the Biblisp to search the Chlamydo Sundew. But that being said, we're going to go ahead and normal summon out our Chlamydo Sundew and use its effect to fusion summon. We're going to go ahead and summon out our copy of Ambulo Melodies. Now this will activate both effects, so we'll do Ambulo Melodies as chain 1 and Biblisp as chain 2. Biblisp will search for our copy of Bufolicula, and Ambulo Melodies will search for our copy of Predaplanting. Here we can activate the effect of the Ambulo Melodies to actually tribute itself, and then summon out the copy of Darlingtonia Cobra, which will activate on summon to add us our copy of Branded Fusion. Next, we're going to activate our Branded Fusion, and we're going to send our Fallen of Albaz and our Fairy Tale Snow to our graveyard to summon out our copy of Albion. Now, on summon, Albion can activate its effect. We're going to go ahead and banish the Fallen of Albaz and the Ambulo Melodies from our graveyard, and this will let us summon out our copy of Mirror Jade. Next, what we can do is we can go ahead and activate the Bufolicula, using its effect to fuse the Albion and the Darlingtonia Cobra into our copy of Dragostapelia, and that's pretty much everything for our turn. What we're going to do is we're going to set our Predaplanting, and then we'll activate the Albion in the end phase. Albion in the end phase will set the copy of Banishment. Banishment, of course, will be live. Since the Albion was properly summoned, we'll be able to reborn it and essentially super poly using materials from either side of the field, also getting us another Albion. We'll have the negate with the Dragostapelia, a pseudo-negate with the Predaplanting as well, which will also get us a search because we'll have to send a Predaplant for cost. In this case, we'll probably send the Biblisp, and we have a non-target banish with our Mirror Jade. Now for combo number 2, I wanted to show you guys how absolutely explosive just a single instant fusion can be. Yes, instant fusion is at 1, but I've opened it plenty of times, and obviously you can go further with more cards in your hand, but I want to show you guys a couple of 1-card combos. So we're going to start by activating our instant fusion, and this will go ahead and summon out our Ambulo Melodies. Now Ambulo Melodies will activate on summon to add any Predaplant monster or Predap spell trap, so we're going to go ahead and add the Biblisp, and then we can activate the Ambulo Melodies, tributing itself to summon the copy of Scorpio. Scorpio, of course, will activate on summon. We can go ahead and discard our Biblisp, and this will let us summon out the copy of Darlingtonia Cobra. Now we're going to make the Cobra chain 1 and the Biblisp chain 2. Biblisp will go ahead and add our Bufolicula, while the Cobra will go ahead and add our Branded Fusion. Here we can activate our Branded Fusion, sending our Albaz and our Fairy Tale Snow, same as the first combo, going into our copy of Albion. Now Albion will once more activate on summon, which will go ahead and banish the Fallen of Albaz and the Ambulo Melodies that we have in our graveyard, which of course are the materials needed for the Mirror Jade. Now we can go ahead and activate the Bufolicula using the Albion and either of our 2 dark monsters. We can go ahead and make our Dragostapelia and then proceed to the end phase using the Albion to set our copy of Banishment. Again, it will be live because the Albion was properly summoned, so off of just a single instant fusion we got a negate, a non-target banish, and essentially a pseudo super poly, and this was all just off of a single instant fusion. So combo number 3 might not look like it's that easy because there are currently 4 cards in the opening hand, but only 2 of them matter, and that is going to be the Branded Fusion and the Branded Opening. The other 2 cards do not matter what they are. They can literally be anything because they're just discard fodder. So it's technically like a 3-card combo because you consider discards half a card. So we need the 2 cards and 2 half cards, so 3-card combo. We'll go ahead and we will start things off by, in our draw phase, using the branded opening, discarding whatever our discard is to summon out our Eluber, and activating the Eluber to add our copy of Branded in Red. Since we have the fusion, we can go ahead and grab the Branded in Red, and again, we're doing this in the draw phase to play around cards like Effect Veiler or Droll and Lock. So now we proceed to our standby and main phase, and here we can activate our Branded Fusion. Here we're going to send the Fallen of Albaz, and we're actually going to send the Biblisp, because we want to make the Lubellion here. So we're going to go ahead and summon the Lubellion, and now this is going to activate both the Lubellion and the Biblisp. So Chainlink 1 Lubellion, Chainlink 2 Biblisp. Chainlink 1 has to discard for cost, which is where that other discard comes in. So we discard for cost and then resolve our Biblisp, which will search our copy of Clemido Sundew. The Lubellion will then resolve, shuffling back itself and the Fallen of Albaz, and this will go ahead and summon out our copy of Mirrorjade. Now we can go ahead and normal summon our Clemido Sundew because we haven't used our normal yet. We started with the branded opening, and we can use the Clemido Sundew and the Eluber, fusion summoning into a copy of Masquerade, and then we can go ahead and set our Branded in Red for follow-up. So what this does is it gives us a non-target banish off of the Mirrorjade. Our opponent is going to perpetually burn 600 for any time they activate an effect, which when you're going into time is definitely helpful. And then we have our Branded in Red, which will also be allowed to add us back our Eluber, and then we can go ahead and make a Guardian Chimera to get another form of disruption with 2 pops and a draw, getting us follow-up for the next turn, not to mention we still have the search that we'll get off of the Albion that we're sending off of the Mirrorjade. Now for combo number 4, if you remember how explosive Instant Fusion was by itself, just imagine what it's going to be like for this one, because we're adding in a second card, and that is going to be Preda Practice. So let's show you guys what it is. We're going to start by activating the Instant Fusion, going into our copy of Ambulo Melodies, and of course the Ambulo Melodies will activate, searching us our copy of Scorpio. Now we can go ahead and activate the Preda Practice, special summoning out the Scorpio and searching our Biblisp, and then on a new chain, the Scorpio will activate since it was summoned. We can go ahead and discard the Biblisp, and this will actually search for, or summon the Clemido Sundew. Now the Biblisp will activate in a separate chain, adding us our copy of Bufolicula, and then here what we can do is we can use the effect of the Ambulo Melodies to tribute off our Scorpio to summon out our copy of Cobra, and then the Cobra will get its effect on summon to add our copy of Branded Fusion. Now we're going to use the Clemido Sundew effect to fuse with the Ambulo Melodies, and this will go ahead and get us our first Dragostapelia. Then we can activate our Branded Fusion, sending our copy of Fallen Albaz and Snow, and this will go ahead and summon out our copy of Albion. The Albion will activate using the Fallen of Albaz and the Ambulo Melodies that are in our graveyard, and we can go ahead and summon out our copy of Mirrorjade. Now what we can do is we can activate the Bufolicula, and this will let us fuse the Albion and the Cobra into a second copy of Dragostapelia, and then we can proceed to end phase, activating the effect of the Albion to set our copy of Branded Banishment. So now we have 2 effect negates, a non-target banish, and a super poly, along with the Snow as another form of interruption in our graveyard. Alright guys, for our 5th and final combo, I want to show you guys something that can be pretty explosive and end in a couple of different routes. It just depends on what matchup you're against or what you feel is better for the situation that you're in, but it is a 3-card combo using Biblisp, Opening, and Chain. So let's show you guys what we're going to do. We're going to start our draw phase, activating the Branded Opening, and then we can go ahead and send the Biblisp. Again, we're doing this in the draw phase to play around Effect Veiler and Droll. This will of course summon out our Eluber, and then we can activate Eluber as Chainlink 1 and Biblisp as Chainlink 2. Biblisp is going to search us the Scorpio, and Eluber is going to grab us the Branded Fusion. Proceeding to our main phase, we can go ahead and summon out our Scorpio, activating its effect, discarding the chain in our hand to summon the copy of Cobra. This will let us use Cobra as Chain 1 and Chain as Chain 2. Chain is going to add us the Patchwork, and Cobra is going to add us the Instant Fusion, and here we can just activate the Patchwork to get additional searches for another Poly and another Chain. So now we started with 3 cards in hand, we have 3 on field and 4 in hand, so in card advantage we're up quite a bit, but here we're going to go ahead and activate the Instant Fusion. This is going to summon out our copy of Ambulo Melodies, and the Ambulo Melodies on summon is going to go ahead and add us our copy of Preda Planning. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and use the Ambulo Melodies to tribute specifically the Scorpio, and this is going to let us summon out the Clemido Sundew. Clemido Sundew will then activate its effect, fusing with the Ambulo Melodies, and this is going to get us our first copy of Dragostapelia. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and activate the Branded Fusion. This is going to send the Fallen of Albaz and the Snow, same as we've been doing this entire time, to summon out our copy of Albion. Albion will activate on summon to go ahead and grab us the Mirror Jade by banishing the Albaz and the Ambula Melodies. So now we can summon out our Mirror Jade. Now here is where the line of play can somewhat vary. Depending on what you would rather do, you still have a Poly in hand. When you activate the Poly, you can either use the Albion and pretty much anything else on your field, well, any of these two, to go into a second copy of Dragostapelia, or you can use the Aluber and the Albion and go into a copy of Masquerade. So I personally really like Masquerade because of the absolutely garbage time rules that we have. So here we're going to go ahead and show you the Masquerade line. So we're going to go ahead and poly the Aluber and the Albion into our Masquerade. Then we can set our planning and proceed to our end phase. The Albion will activate in our graveyard, getting us our copy of Branded Banishment. So now we have a negate, essentially another negate. They're burning for 600, a non-target banish, and a super poly, which can go ahead and actually get us into the second Dragostapelia, so it's probably better to just use the Masquerade here, because when you activate the banishment, you can reborn the Albion, make your second copy of Dragostapelia with the Albion and the Cobra here, and that is going to be the fifth and final combo. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that combo tutorial. Like I said, it is the first ever like goal we've set and reached on our channel, so very excited to bring it to you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. I do just want to add in here that I spent about 8 hours playtesting yesterday with a friend of mine. He was playing this deck, the Branded Predaplant, and I was playing Sprite, and it surprisingly has a very good Sprite matchup because you're able to chain block almost all of your important effects given that you have the right hand, which means that the ton of negates that they put up aren't really going to matter because they're never able to negate the thing that you want. So I really think this is a strong meta contender moving forward. Hopefully you guys learned something from this combo tutorial. If you did, you know the deal. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, share with your friends, and maybe consider supporting me on Patreon. For just $1, you can support the channel in a way that I would never be able to tell you how much I fully appreciate. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.